Hey guys, Adam here on our Project 95 Ranger. I bought this truck for dirt cheap, had a blown timing belt. The guy just wanted to get rid of it. We got in here to do some stuff. We had to remove the bracket, the air conditioning, the water pump, the radiator, just give us room in here. Right now we're in the process of getting rid of the harmonic balancer so we can get the new timing belt on. But what I wanted to show you guys is this. Pull it out. Tell me, does that look shredded to you? It sure looks shredded to me. This, I believe, lay it out here. I believe this is the original timing belt on the truck. 196,000 miles, and that's what you get. Blown timing belt. Luckily for us, non-interference engine, so you can just line all the marks up, strap a new one on there and call it good. Got a new belt coming, got a new tensioner coming. While we're in here, we're going to do a few other things. When I pull the serpentine belt off, that guy, the automatic belt tensioner, did diddly squat. So we're going to put a new one of those on. We're going to flush the entire cooling system, put some good coolant in there. I didn't film the tear apart process because it's seriously very straightforward and self-explanatory. You know, 4 10mm bolts on the water pump, pull the fan, everything off with the shroud. 2 10s to get the radiator out. The hardest part was on this bracket. There's a bolt underneath this guy. I'll show you when we reassemble. There's a bolt down there and a bolt right over there. Easiest way I got to it. Bunch of different methods, but I just use a ratcheting box wrench. Super thin, super easy. I don't have to juggle extensions or anything to get in there. So anyway, let's get this timing belt put on. Alright guys, a few things. Now that we got it all disassembled, we got all the old stuff taken out, we're going to start putting the new stuff back in, starting with our pulley here. We're going to get this placed where it needs to be in here, and then we'll tighten it down. First thing we want to do, Loctite was on these factory bolts. We're going to put some Loctite on these ones as well. There we go. Where's the screw? let's get it again, go for round 2. There we go. All the way up. There we go. There we go. How I got that, just put a little curve in my screwdriver. It works. Curves can come out. So, got that tension all the way back. Tighten that down. We're going to tighten the main bolt down. And then make sure all our timing marks are lined up. Perfect. Diamond's perfect. Triangle's perfect. This one's triangle's right here. The diamond and then there's a little notch on the crank for that. So, moment of truth. Let's get this new belt on here. Oil pump. One that likes to move. tensioner. What I can see, folks, all our marks are lined up where they all need to be. Okay, now let's put some tension on this. I know we just tightened that, right? Loosen up that tensioner bolt, and then we loosen up the set bolt. And tension. Just sprung back on this. We have. There we go. Tension on the belt, guys. I'm just going to check a couple things, just make sure there's plenty of tension. Okay, let's tighten up some bolts. Start putting this baby back together. Tight. That one's tight. Okay guys, so we got to put back together enough to where I can start the truck just to see if it's going to crank. Put the harmonic balancer back on, just super quick. Everything looks lined up. Now, mind you, I bought this truck dead. I have never heard it run, so let's see what happens. Well guys, it works. I believe that clicky noise we're hearing was this back cover just kind of hitting here. So let's button the whole thing back up and go for a ride. Reassembly is reverse of removal. I hate that phrase. So let's just go through it here. Get the timing cover back on. Then it's just really just a matter of bolting a few things up here. Shouldn't be too difficult. As I say that, the timing cover is like the hardest thing to get off. Well, it went on fairly easy, somewhat. Now if we get it in the right spot and get all the snaps back in place. And then we have a bolt here somewhere for it. This was the random 8mm bolt in the whole set. Right here. See, now it's just fighting me. Running the timing cover. We'll need an extension for that. that down. Back, everything click in. There we go. All right, guys. Easy part is now done. Now I'm thinking our next step is going to be reassembling this whole bracketry over on this side. That there. Got a big juggling match here. Changed my mind. There's one down here, but let's do this. Trial and error here, folks. There's one bolt down here. I'll bring the camera over here and just show you in just a second. This is the last bolt I took out. So I think I might be able to kind of get it to line up where it needs to go. Oh, baby. I can get this compressor just kind of up and out of the way, because that's a lot of weight that I'm fighting with that. Come on, guy. Just stay there for a second. Or not. Okay, so that one's where it needs to go. Let's see if we can get this big one. Underneath the bracket. One's in. One more goes underneath.
Don't.
I don't need that to hold it. more, I can get it on my own. This guy, itty bitty, one little 10mm goes back there. So let me get the camera over here and I can show you what I've been dealing with. Okay, so we got a few bolts here. I'm just gonna point them out. We got that one right there. That was the first one I got in. Next to that, got that guy right there. We got, I don't know if you can see it. Just follow my finger back here. Right down there is another 10mm. And then, you see that guy right under the AC bracket. So, those are all the bolts you need to get in for the bracket to go back on. This is that one odd 8mm that goes on the timing cover. Got some huge bolt that goes down here on the harmonic balancer. Now, there's so many different ways to actually get that off and get that on. I just use brute force to break the nut off. I had the engine in 4th gear, so there's some tension against everything. And it took a really big cheater bar to break that loose. And then I just did a couple whacks with just a rubber mallet, and it slid off. I did spray some PB Blaster right in there to see if it soaked in and whatever, and I think it did. I don't know. But it worked, so that's what happened there. So let's finish getting this thing put back together. Put the fan in, and the pulley. I mean, it's super easy. You put the pulley on, and the fan actually just bolts right to the front of the pulley. So it's no fuss, no muss. Let's get that put on. Alright, we got that bracket all snug down. We're going to put the air conditioning compressor back on. Take these 4 super long bolts here. Okay, got all that in. Next step, get the pulley and the fan put back on, shroud radiator. Before I get any further, just so I have room, I'm going to put the serpentine belt back on. There we go. Serpentine belt's on. Looking good there. So, a couple next steps. Let's get the lower radiator hose in. And then from there, we're going to get the radiator in. This baby fits right in when there's no radiator. Get that out of the way. Just sits down there in a couple brackets. Super nice. Get it started here. And then on the shroud has focus bolt, a couple spring clips. Didn't want to lose these spring clips, so we just popped them off before we did anything here. 2 tabs on the bottom of the radiator.
No.
And the little boy steals my camera. Shroud put back on. Radiator tightened down. Okay guys, in case you're wondering, I found my pry bar. Of course, after we modified the screwdriver to work probably even better than the pry bar down there, still found it. Anyway, so now it's time to bleed the system, put some coolant in it, and wrap this thing up. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. This is the first of a series of different things we're doing to this truck. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to show how to bring the finish back to life on it. And then we're going to have another project where we're repainting the bumpers, the grill, and the wheels on it. So stay tuned for those. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.